Now, from our studios in Barrie, Vermont, it's New England Cooks with Carol and Tony.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first show of the season. And we have the best chef that makes the best stuff, right?
Well, it's all about dessert today.
Perfect.
Which
Chocolate,
you
chocolate,
love.
chocolate. Love it, love it.
Well, of course, he said, Tony, do you have sugar before the show? And I said, just a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like,
Do we need sugar? Damn. Yeah, I know.
So-
But we've been with him for about an hour or so now, and we've got him pretty well broken in. So let's introduce pastry chef Adrian Westrop from New England Culinary in Montpelier.
I think he left. Here he is.
Yes, thank you.
I'll give you a hug. It's all right.
And you're still here. You're still here. Thank you so
I
much
am,
for
I am.
staying
You're
after
welcome.
all.
It's like deer in the headlights upstairs. Like,
Yeah, you can't believe it. But it's wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
Reading your background makes me hungry.
Oh, it does?
Yes, it does. Tell the people a little bit about what you've done with your pastry chefery.
Well, first of all, I work at the New England Culinary Institute. I've been there for 16 years. But obviously you can tell from the accent that I'm actually not from here, all right? So I did come from England originally, where I had my own business before I came here, working with a lot of manufacturers with R&D, where I would come up with different types of cutters and different types of equipment that would be used for and with bakeries. So that was really what brought me partway here to the United States. I authored several books, which, again, in order to be able to travel and get more sales, the whole idea is to go further. So what I ended up doing was traveling to here to the US to be able to do, obviously, publicity, if you like, for the books themselves. And that's really what led me to the school. I did a demonstration at the school, and the owner of the school at that point in time loved what I did and said I should be working for them. So they made me an offer, and I've been there ever since.
So we're glad. We're very happy.
You haven't seen anything yet, though.
all right, so we have to dive right into this because we went right through this 3 times and Carol's still confused.
Yeah, that's true. But
And
that's
you're
it.
not.
Well, I wasn't there.
But
Okay.
one thing we did say, there will be no saran wrap tonight, so everybody remember that. Yeah, that's what I say too, Elizabeth.
Okay, so we're going to kick this off. We need some water.
Water?
Water.
Water.
You notice that the accent here, you say water.
I said
I
I said water.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Just get it in the pan.
Yes.
We want to melt this sometime today. Okay. So turn it on.
Turn it on. On.
Okay, so we're going to have to wait
Hold
for
on.
this to boil. So the whole idea is we're going to make a flourless chocolate cake. So with the recipe that you've actually got, I've brought the sugar down as low as I can possibly get it. We're going to use a dark chocolate, so it's a semi-sweet chocolate, has a small amount of sugar in it, but not very much, all right? So what we're going to do here is to boil some water. We want to place the chocolate over the boiling water, and we're going to add to that some butter.
Butter?
Yes,
There it is.
butter,
Butter.
butter, okay.
See if you're listening.
Yep. So with this particular brand, which is really good, they actually have ounce markers on the outside. So you don't really need scales. So on the recipe, it's actually got it in ounces. So you don't have to have scales. You don't have to use your cup measures. You can actually cut the outside of the container. So what we're going to do here is to just cut off. How much we're going to cut? Do you
We're
know?
cutting 5,
No.
4.
Oh, just pull it right. How about 2.5?
No, she was right. We're going to cut off 5 ounces of
I
butter.
was right.
There you go. I was just testing her from earlier.
Oh, gosh. I thought you said 5.
I did.
Be nice now. Be nice. All right.
I am. I'm going
We're
to be
cutting
nice.
off 5 of the
Butter. Yeah. And because it comes in this little cylinder, all you're going to do is just nip
Oh,
it
isn't
and
that
pull
nice?
it. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
So while that melts, hopefully.
Oh, it's on her
Sure.
Right here.
Yep. Lovely. So also with this, you're going to need to be able to hold on. You're going to need to be able to put it into a pan. So the pan size for this one is a 10-inch pan, all right? So whether you use a non-stick or not, it's entirely up to you. It really doesn't matter. If you use a pan that is not non-stick, you only need to spray the outside edge, okay? So on the bottom here is a piece of parchment paper. Just align it. It's going to prevent it from sticking, but it's also going to help it because once this cake is made, because it doesn't contain flour, it doesn't have any means to be able to hold it together, only the egg, okay? So when it comes out of the oven, it's going to have souffled up. Once it comes out, it's going to go back down again. Okay, so we're going to let it chill at room temperature for about an hour before you then put it into the refrigerator. The reason that you want it to go into the refrigerator is to get the chocolate to cool down completely. So usually it stays in the refrigerator for about 6 hours and then it comes out. So a little bit later on you're going to see us do that part, so you'll actually get to see that. All right?
Hopefully.
Is this ever going to boil?
It's getting there.
It's getting there. It's getting there. It needs to work faster.
Go.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
So,
So while this is getting
there.
where it needs to go, well, we can't hurry it because it's got to melt.
I know. I could do that.
Okay. Can you make it boil faster then?
No,
I'd like
but
to see
you
that.
can talk while I do that.
Okay, okay. So we need to separate eggs, Carol.
Okay.
All right.
See, you're doing something.
Pay attention.
I am.
All right. So we
Room
want,
temperature?
yes. Why do we want room temperature eggs?
Why do we want room temperature eggs?
You don't know?
No, I
Does
don't
anybody?
know.
You don't know? Anyone know?
You better
Poor
tell
young
us.
lady's
Okay.
behind the camera operator there. Can you see? You have her head on her shoulder. It's like, oh, they look so nice.
Okay, so room temperature eggs will envelop air far better. So if you keep your eggs in the refrigerator, which most of us do, just get them out of the refrigerator a few hours before you need them. Or take the egg and just place it into hot water in the shell. So if you put all 6 eggs in a container, pour over hot water, not boiling water, just hot water for about 2 minutes, dump the water out, then go on to break your eggs. You'll have room temperature eggs and they'll envelop air far quicker. All right? So we're going to crack these, okay, into here. What's your egg cracking like?
Well, shaky sometimes.
Shaky?
Yeah.
Oh, then you
How-
better
you
not do
should-
that.
Yeah,
Sure.
you do it. You
Okay.
Really?
So-
you don't want Carol to do it?
No, probably not, because, you know.
Well, you mustn't break my yolks. So
I
you-
that I
yes,
could,
yeah.
yeah.
Makes it look like I'm
I
throwing them on
can
the
crack
floor
it,
otherwise.
the separating that gets a little shaky sometimes.
It does?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because I don't pay attention probably half the time, and
Oh.
either that or, you know, they get mushed.
So we're going to have 6 eggs.
6 eggs.
Okay.
And can you see that I'm actually cracking them into the bowl? And that's because I'm going to lift the yolks out.
Oh, that's the way you're going to separate them.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting.
I know a lot of people do this flip-flop
Yeah.
business, don't
Not
they?
me.
Yep. I'm not into that because the edge of the shell is sharp and you have the ability to break the yolk when you do that flip-flop back.
That's why I did want to do
All right.
that, you see. That was my
Excuse me.
thought.
Okay, get a bit of this. So now what we're going to do is to actually lift out the yolks. all
With
right?
your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to do it with my feet.
Phew, good to know.
Yeah, I'm good, but
know.
I'm not that good. So you're just
No.
going to hold on to the yolk look, and just let that
All right.
white piece drop. Pinch your pinch your fingers.
What if it breaks?
You don't break it. You
If
can't
it breaks,
break it.
I'm going to get in my car. There.
Well, you're
Okay.
gonna
How'd I
run-
do?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Just lift it, give it a little shake. Hold on to it, give it a little shake. Now pinch it. Ooh. Pinch
pinch
the
it off,
fingers, yes.
pinch it
not-
off.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh. Karen,
You
better-
told me to do it.
I know. Perhaps that wasn't such a good idea. I'll do that bit.
Perhaps it wasn't. Oh, I would
Carol,
give
do you want a
any.
towel?
Oh, I got one. I would give anything for yours to break. I really and truly would.
That is awful, Carol.
I know,
How
but
can
it's
you
true.
say that?
Well, just because it would make me feel better.
Oh.
There we go.
Well, I'm not out to make you feel better, but that's all right.
That's not your job,
Yeah,
right?
Okay, so now you're going to put your whites in your bowl.
Okay. Does this just tip up?
No, you can just pour them into the side of the bowl. That'll be
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Yep.
In the bowl.
There you go. There you go. You're making a bit of a mess, aren't you?
What am I doing? I'm not.
So have it on a simmer. Have it on a simmer.
All right.
There you go.
Simmer now.
There you go.
Oh, boy, it is spitting.
Yeah,
isn't
it's like getting excited here. All right.
I'm so hot. So
it?
hot.
Oh,
Okay. So now what we want to do is just get rid of these eggs. Okay. We'll need them soon.
Yes, you got rid of the eggs. This is
oh boy,
boiled.
that's coming very well,
So now you want
Tony.
your sugar. All right.
Sugar,
Where's
honey.
your container of sugar?
Tony,
Oh,
check-
sugar right over here. I moved it over here because it was in front of the camera.
Okay.
There we go.
These are my sugar pots from home.
I love
them.
that
love
sugar.
It, love it, love it, love it.
Yes, I told him I want the whole set.
And I said she can't have it. So, yeah. You're making a big old mess over
Oh,
there.
it's boiling. Just give me a towel. I'll take care of it, Chef. You know, Alex.
Okay, so normally you would use weights. So at the school we don't teach with cup measurements because when we make a cake we don't just make one, we'll make 40. So if you were to stand there with a cup measure, you would be there all day trying to get where you need to go. So we teach by either weighing in grams or by ounces. This is very cozy. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
I'm getting really hot.
I'm not
so
used to.
hot.
I have a little space around me normally. I don't normally have students this close.
Well, you don't, the students get
I
this
don't know
close.
why
No,
we
no,
need
no.
5 cameras for God's
No,
sake.
no.
We're like a bunch of yaks here.
Okay.
Is there a wolf out there?
Oh, God. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use a cup measurement. So the actual measurement for this is 4.5 ounces of sugar, but 3/4 of a cup is 4.5 ounces of sugar. Just so that you know that.
Okay.
Just in case you didn't. All right. But again, one of my big things that I preach to people is, you know, most of us have cell phones, and if we can buy a cell phone, we should be able to buy a scale, because it's much easier to weigh in ounces than it is to use these things.
Oh,
All right.
you find it is?
Absolutely,
yeah, okay.
absolutely. So how's that going, Tone?
Fine.
Fine?
It
I
looks
think we
nice
can
and
start.
smooth. It looks pretty good,
Take it
don't
off
you?
the heat.
That's good, that's good. You
Yeah.
can do that. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to your egg yolks, okay? Because you're going to have half of the sugar go into your yolks. All right, so start whipping. All right,
Ready?
go.
Boy, that's good.
It is. And you're going to whip yours.
I can't give it any
That's
more,
all,
Captain.
right?
I'm getting all she's got.
That's good.
That's good. Stop.
You want
Yeah.
it all done?
So
That's good.
that's
Good, I
how
think.
it was all. That's how the world was created.
It was, it was. So let's just have a quick look at this, can we?
Yeah, this is really nice.
That's not
I'm
bad
glad he
at
brought
all.
his own because I hate
Not
That's,
that.
bad.
wait a
as
minute,
well.
wait, Carol. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. It's not what
It's not bad
at all.
at all.
Is my whites better?
Oh,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Nope.
no,
No,
what?
no, no, no,
What's
no.
it been doing? Are we done with this, sir?
We are.
Jeff?
Yep, yep, yep.
I'll take those from you if you want.
Do you want to lick those?
Yep.
So they're not plugged into the machine, so.
Now they're saying, is this dangerous, Chef? It's got sugar in it.
It has. You don't need to lick that, though. It's raw egg. Okay. So let's
Fine,
just
I won't
take
lick
this
them.
one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. It's a bit stiff.
There we go.
Hold on to it.
Yeah.
There you go. So you know when these are done,
Are you done with that, Chef?
I am.
They're
I
nice
am.
peaks there, right?
They are, but you should be able to turn it upside down.
Look at that.
It doesn't come out.
Am I good or what?
Oh. Here, let me just get this out of your way, Carol.
Okay, Tony. There we go.
Okay, so we're going to do some folding now. Let's get this out of the way.
Gonna do some folding.
Yeah. Those really are nice, aren't they? That's my calling.
So we're going to have all these things on here, all right?
Okay.
Now you're going to be in charge of doing the whites, okay? So that's for you,
Okay.
all right? And I'm going to do the rest, okay? So first of all, we're going to,
What are we going to do?
hold on, we're going to pour this yolk into this bowl,
All right.
all right? Yes, we're not going to do anything with you just at the moment, Tony.
I have to
You're
take a
on
break.
your own.
I'm so tired of whipping.
Take
Yeah,
a break.
yeah,
Take
yeah,
a break.
yeah.
Take the dirty dishes.
Yeah, you can have the dirty dishes.
You'd be in charge of the dishes. There you go.
All right, so now we're going to pour in, this is my bit, not your bit.
Oh,
All right?
good.
So I'm going to do the chocolate.
All right.
We're going to put the two ingredients together. I mean, this cake really couldn't be any more simpler.
And healthy.
Kind of.
Uh-huh.
Kind of.
Uh-huh.
It's the type of cake where you want to have a small slice, not a large one. If you're doing the dishes, there's another one, Tone. So now we're going to fold those two together. So can you see when you do folding, a lot of people say that you have to do this crisscross method. You don't need to do any of that. Just fold from pulling the ingredient from the side of the bowl to the middle, the side to the middle. And as you do that, the two ingredients will incorporate. So as I let go, I flick. And as I let go, I flick. So that way you get a mixture that doesn't have any swirl of either ingredient. They're just totally chocolate.
It really looks nice. It's nice and smooth.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah.
flicking?
Yep. So now you're going to dump in a third.
All of- a
no,
third.
Third. There you
I
go.
think maybe a little bit more, huh? There we go.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to just fold that in there. Lovely.
Have you done this before, this folding thing, or is
No,
it?
this is my first time. So we
Your
take
first
it.
rodeo.
You're catching on. You really are.
Take another third. Good. So now the next third that you give me, you're going to scrape out the bowl clean.
Okay.
So you can see I'm just picking it from the side and flicking it. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. You can give me the last third.
I'm going to leave that, okay?
No, no, no. I want it all.
All of it?
Oh.
Yep, yep, yep. Anything
Okay.
that's
Well,
juicy
it
at the
was a
bottom,
little
I'll
bit
take.
juicy, yeah.
That's all right. That's egg.
There we go.
Good.
Dishes?
Yep.
You're doing a good job, Tony, really
Yeah,
and
no
truly.
problem. Perfect.
Nothing
we-
to lick yet. Oh, gee.
So we're going to need more water.
Water?
Yes, water.
Okay.
There's a pitcher
I
right.
wasn't doing the bowl.
The pitcher's right behind. It's right behind the mixer, Tony.
I already emptied the pitcher.
Get some more.
Do you want some more water?
I know.
Does it really sound that bad?
No, it doesn't.
No,
It
okay.
sounds wonderful.
Okay, because it doesn't from him.
Can I get some water? Please?
Wow. Okay, so this is our pan, but we've got to grease it. All right. So it's going to spray
Okay.
around the outside. Okay.
Just around the outside, is that what you said?
Yep, because you've got your parchment paper on the bottom, and now we're
Okay.
going to place in all of our chocolate mixture.
Oh, look at that.
Sweet.
Doesn't it? It smells good. I can smell that chocolate from here.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
nothing better, right?
So you can see that the pan itself is quite full, and that's because when the cake goes into the oven, it's going to souffle, and then it's going to drop back down again. So the cake will end up about the same sort of. Are you going
I'll
to take
take
that
it,
for me?
sure.
Lovely. Thank you. So what we're going to do here is. Oh, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, we're going to place this in the oven, and then you're going to put the water in it.
Okay.
Did you notice I said water for you? Just for you.
Go in the oven.
All right.
Whoa, baby.
Okay. So the reason that you want to put the water in as you put it into the oven like this is obviously it's difficult to carry a sheet tray with water on it because you just squab it onto the floor. So it's much better to have it on a level surface and then pour the water in. And when you pour the water in, you're not wanting to fill the sheet tray, Tony.
Listening?
Okay. We only want to put in about 4 cups, which is a quart of water on the inside of that. Okay, so not quite all of that.
Look at him.
How's it going? All right? I'm a little nervous about
The
that.
water is going in.
Don't get any in the cake.
Ay, 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 ay.
That smells good.
It does. So
Yeah.
Smells like water.
this
No, I mean the cake.
Hey, Jeff.
it's good. Yep.
Good?
It'll be better with the oven shut.
Yes.
There, good job.
Yay.
Let's have a little hand.
Wow.
No one else could have done it like that, really and truly.
They couldn't?
No, absolutely not like
Keep
that.
going. We're doing really well. We have 7 minutes left.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay, the
we gotta
water's
do that.
still boiling. Would you like to do egg
wanted
salad or something like that?
No, we don't need the water at this point in time. We will come back to that soon, though.
I was just keeping the water
Okay.
hot.
All right.
Okay.
What are we headed for next?
We are going to head towards making creme brulee.
Oh,
right.
nobody likes creme brulee.
Oh, they don't? You don't like creme brulee?
Everybody loves creme
Okay,
brulee.
we have 6 minutes.
6 minutes for creme
Oh,
brulee.
we can do 6 minutes. Can you get the heat on again?
I had it
We
on.
need the milk, and I
Fine.
need the cream,
Okay.
and I need them now.
All right, you
So-
said milk.
What is
Cream.
your, you brought a helper with you, one of your students.
I did, yes, Jessie.
Milk
Jessie
and
is,
cream and anything else?
No?
Okay, okay, okay.
I wonder if Jessie, do you think Jessie's picking up on any of this?
No,
Do
he's
you think
crying
he's
back
gonna,
there.
Yes, he's most probably, yes.
he'll be the next class you have. It
Absolutely,
could be very
absolutely.
serious, couldn't it, huh?
Well, Jessie's already in my class.
I see, so he knows better than to go against you, is that correct? Until grades come out?
Are you listening to that, Jessie? Jessie's one of my BA students.
Oh, good, good for him.
There we go. So we've got.
BA is not a bad word. Right.
No.
Oh, this is a nice little thing. Gadget.
Dang.
Do you know how to work it?
Look at that.
You want this on the
Everybody
heat?
See
Yes,
that?
please.
That's interesting, isn't it? I've never seen one of those. Oh, look at that.
There you go. Okay. So we're going to heat the cream. You notice that I put half cream and half milk. Okay. So I'm going to put that into here. We're going to bring that up to a scald. All right. And then into that. Yep.
Scald. Scold.
We're going to throw in some tea bags.
Tea bags.
Yeah.
What kind of tea did you use in that?
This is chai tea.
Chai tea.
So you could
Okay.
use anything that you wanted. So this is just really to show you that we can get an infusement. So to help that infusement work a bit faster and for the cream to be able to hold heat better, we're going to add a little sugar. Just a little.
That's not a bad idea ever.
So here we're going to use a third of a cup. Okay,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
And we just want a little bit in there. So what that will do is it'll actually help your dairy to hold the temperature for a longer period of time.
Oh, that's
All right?
interesting.
So don't let it boil.
I
Okay. All right. Big
Oh,
thing.
you're in
Do not
charge.
let it boil.
Oh dear.
So you don't want to get yourself a spoon and just give it a bit of a stir so that we don't have floating tea bags here. All right. So
Okay.
then we're going to go back to what? What else is in creme brulee?
Eggs.
Yes, you go. There you go. Good, 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 good. What did you do with them? Carol, what did you do with the eggs?
I didn't touch the eggs.
Okay.
Eggs are in there. You put them in there. Roll tape back. Let's see witnesses.
There we go. There we go. So we're going to take the eggs and we're going to do that same thing that we just did.
Okay. Want the same bowl?
Sure.
Or we got a clean bowl.
This is fine. Yep, because we're going to do the same thing. But this time we're going to get rid of the whites
Okay.
because we don't want the whites. So
Okay.
we're going to break the eggs into here and we're only going to keep the yolks. Okay?
You
So
show me how you do it now.
we're going to do the same thing we
Same
just
thing?
did.
Okay. And then if I got to pull those out again like I did, or do you want me to do it better this time?
Or do you want me to do it? Not that I don't trust you, Carol. I didn't say
Don't.
that. I didn't say that.
Oh.
I just want to know how comfortable you feel.
Oh, I'm
feel-
very comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
used to being the foil.
So what you want to do is you can start lifting them out and you can put them in there for me then.
Okay, let's
Yep.
see if I can do it better this time, shall I?
Dump it.
And remember, you don't want any white taking with your yolk as much as possible.
Okay.
All right? You only want that yolk.
I never knew about doing this. Did anybody else know about this? No.
Yeah, half the audience.
No, they didn't.
So just so that you know, when we crack eggs at the school, we'll do, 170, 180 eggs at one point in time. A little bit more.
You don't have a machine that does this
Uh,
for 170 eggs? Or is it named Jessie? Is that your machine? Tell the truth.
Chef, I'm there. My
No,
bags are moving.
I think there's some ointment you can get for that. Stir them. Stir it. You want to get that flavour out. So yeah, you can turn your heat off. Okay. We'll just dump that in there for now. All right.
Can I take it off the heat?
Sure.
Should we call for applause on this, or is it, what do
No.
you think?
Marks out of 10, 8. Because you've got a
that's
little
not
bit
bad.
of white, a little bit
Whoa,
white on
that's
there.
Yeah.
not bad.
Not bad, right? Thank you so much.
Boy, that's really good, Carol.
I know, I'm going over and help
Boy,
him
you've got a
out.
little red right here.
I need the bowl, I don't need the whites, okay, just so that you know that. So you didn't see what I did with those, but that's okay. All right, so we're going
Don't
to,
step there.
Oh, okay.
no, they're in the garbage. Here,
Yeah.
so this is a whip.
Okay,
You
sure.
gotta whip really fast.
Want it stirred or whipped?
I want it stirred, but I want you to break the yolks, all right? So you've got to mix it enough to be able to break the yolks. I'm going to pour.
Oh, you're going to pour. Okay.
All independent here, all right? There you go.
A typical man. I can do it myself.
Do it myself, do it myself. So while this is going on, are you going to pick those bags out there for me?
No.
Take the tea bags out, kid.
I got a spoon, though.
Oh, hooray.
Oh, that's okay.
That's a big help, isn't he, huh?
I can do it.
Good.
Well, you've been burned so often.
I very rarely burn myself, but there we go.
All right,
So now
done.
Yep.
Done.
So now what we're
That's
going to do
perfect.
So now we're going to
You're gonna
marry
do
the
that.
two together. Yep, so you're going to mix.
Stir or
Yep, just stir.
just stir? Good. Ooh.
Yeah,
Carol,
slowly does it.
slow.
So anyone know what this is called? What do we do when we're putting tempering? Good, 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 good.
Smart group we've got tonight.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? We got to be careful, huh?
Absolutely.
No, they already figured this out. Yep, I know. He's
So now we're
15
gonna-
seconds over.
Yep, so you're going to go back the other way. So you're going to pour that into there.
Oh, okay. Just pour
Just
it.
dump it all in. Perfect.
There we go.
Lovely. So now we're going to take this.
We're gonna make another water bath.
Soon, Tony. Soon. So now what we're going to do is just
Okay.
pour the creme brulee mixture into the cups.
Hello. More water.
And
That already
Tony,
smells good.
yeah,
What?
Tony, you need a torch.
Torch.
Now, why did I think this had vanilla in it?
You can make them with vanilla. I've done chai just for something that's more like a spicy for the season. Okay.
Okay.
But can you see that we've got this froth on the top here now, this film of bubbles? Sometime today. Are you sure you don't want me to do that for you? Don't pull it off.
Are we going up in flame now?
You're killing me,
Why
Tony.
don't you let him do it for you?
Did you just break it? Tony. I think you're killing me here.
We're going to go to station break right now, okay? We'll be right back after this message.
There. Whoop, there we go.
There you go.
Cut!
There we go. Woohoo!
All right, keep rolling.
So now you're going to just take away those bubbles just by hitting them with a bit of heat.
Hello.
Okay. And then it's going to go into the oven.
Oh, that's all you have to do?
That's all you have to do.
Oh.
So now you're ready to cook them, all right? So Nina, what are you going to do with them this time? Where are you going with that?
I don't know.
You're going to put them in the oven.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put it in the oven.
There you go. And then you're going to do your water bath.
I can
And
smell
it doesn't
the
matter
cake.
that your cake's in there. That doesn't matter.
I can smell the cake.
In fact, I'll
too.
help you. Just let me get this. This one's deeper, so you should be okay. So I'm going to go up about a third of the way on the cups. And cup-wise, it doesn't matter. These are china cups, but you could use foil cups. That doesn't matter. As long as they're an oven-proof dish, you're fine. And remember, the vessel that you bake it in is going to be the vessel that you serve it in. So you want to have something that looks nice, because obviously it's going to go to the table.
How long do those have to cook?
So they'll take approximately 22 minutes.
All right, we're going
At-
to commercial.
350?
Yes.
It'll be on the website.
Okay, great.
All that stuff.
Good. Take that thing off.
Yes.
For the recipes used on New England Cooks and to view this episode again or past New England Cooks programs, visit newenglandcooks.com.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more.
Now, back to New England Cooks with Carol and Tony.
So dainty. So dainty. Pinky finger out. Hello.
Okay, here we go. We're finishing up, huh?
Yes, we are. So we're
Yes.
going to take that flourless chocolate cake that we made earlier,
Okay.
and we're going to cover it with ganache. So in the saucepan here, we have cream, okay, and a little milk to be able to make our base. We put some cinnamon in there, and we're bringing it up to a scald. But
It's
before-
starting to boil.
I know, because we haven't got the chocolate.
All right. Okay.
See, put that thing away.
So we need to chop the chocolate.
Gloves?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So any time that you're handling, especially with the students at school, every time they're handling ingredients that are not cooked on, they have to wear gloves. So I'm trying to teach Tony that he needs to do the same.
Excuse me.
That just fills it with all of your bacteria. So now make sure you do not handle the chocolate. All right? Yeah. You shouldn't have done that because you make them damp. But anyway, so Tony's going to cut the chocolate for us. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Do you think, does this sort of feel like a kindergarten class? Is
Shut
that
up.
you're getting?
Talk.
Yeah.
Should we sing while you're doing that?
Kumbaya.
Jesse can't even-
Lord, kumbaya.
Jesse
No.
can't even bear to look. He's hiding. He can't even bear to look.
Oh my
He's
goodness
saying,
me.
what the heck
So
is
while
this?
he's doing that, if you
Ow!
line,
Oh, just joking.
you're going to line the bottom of the pan.
Okay,
with
I gotta get my
parchment paper
scissors.
for me.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cake out of the pan. So we've previously had, obviously, a cake in the refrigerator. We've taken the cake out. Goodness only knows where Tony put it.
What?
The cake.
The cake's in the refrigerator.
Still,
Which one?
I thought you got it out earlier. Could you put it back in again?
Well, yeah. I'm cutting.
Okay, chop the chocolate.
Well, you want the cake.
How'd I do? I got off a
Thank
little
you.
off.
Here's your cake.
Thank you.
And eat it too.
Whatever.
Wait,
So I want you to notice that on top of the cake itself, it has this loose, like skin that's on the surface. And that's because when we made the cake, we used whites as our folding medium, which made the batter really loose. So the cake was really shiny. So when it goes into your oven to be able to bake like anything, okay, it's going to form a crust or a skin on the surface first because your oven air is dry. So as a crust forms, the mixture underneath starts to boil. So the only thing it can do is to go up. So if you have a dry cake, okay, it sets skin and then it bubbles up in the middle. So you get this sort of like mountain volcano thing go on, okay? And it can burst or crack from the front or from the middle, all right? So if you get a cake that's like that, you really want to look at your recipe to see that it needs to have maybe a little bit more liquid in it. Or what you can do is to cover your pan first with foil and bake it with foil for the first 10 minutes. And what that does is it creates steam inside and doesn't form a skin, so it allows the cake to rise. Then you can gently take the foil off and the cake will continue rising, then form a skin, and then you get a little bit of a break. So it's a great way of being able to stop that, especially with most of the ovens, because if you're not using a convection oven, which is a very fast setting oven, if you use a dry bake oven, it's going to form that crust on the outside as it rises. So that's what's actually happened here, but it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. Have we got that chocolate yet?
Almost there.
I know. It's just frightening.
He's slow, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ow! Joking.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What are we going to do with him?
Well, we could sing and dance or something like that if you...
Kumbaya.
No.
No?
No.
That's out of the question.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do here is pray.
Okay, that, all right, all right.
Because we want this cake to come out whole. All right?
On that-
So, yeah. So I'm hoping that I can just get that.
Yes, yes. Woohoo!
Thank
Get it,
you.
get it, get
Thank
it.
you. The chocolate's cut. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember what I said
Perfect.
before? Fine cut, fine cut.
What's wrong with this?
It looks a little chunky, don't you think?
You're calling me a little chunky?
Oh, this is
Is he gonna take it
wonderful.
personally?
Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Have you done this before?
Never. There we go.
Jesse, look. This is it. It's the way it's done.
So do we have the chocolate yet? Let's just take the chocolate. See,
Ow! Joking.
Now, we're melting all of this chocolate.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a little messy over here, but...
Oh, well.
So this is a pound of chopped chocolate, believe it or not.
Tell me this about chefs. Do they like, I noticed that they all sort of clean up as they go along.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the way you like to do it?
And you remain clean.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. And
so-
big with the towels. Love your towels.
Absolutely. Constantly wiping, constantly wipe your hands. Make sure that you're always clean.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
It's a little chunky, I will say that for you. But that's all right. That's okay. I'll let you off, kind of.
You
So we're
just-
going to take the dairy now, which is scalded and near enough to a boil, but we're going to pour this over the chopped chocolate.
Oh, boy.
There we go. So if you can knock off your heat for
Turn
me.
that off, Tony, please.
Okay, So we're just going to let it sit there and get like friendly.
Oh, there you go.
So what happens is if you just leave it alone, the hot dairy will melt the chocolate and then you can stir the two ingredients together. Usually when people make ganache, they're so quick to want to get in there and start stirring.
Excuse me.
It cools
I
down.
took a picture of your chocolate.
Much finer, yes.
No, it was not much finer. It was chunky like mine.
nowhere near.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does that look chunky to you? Thank you. Validated.
Whose side are you on? You're supposed to be on my side.
I think that's a picture he took of his own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more than
probably.
likely. Yeah.
Probably.
His was chunky. It was,
So you're
and
just letting this
I'm a
melt as
visual
is.
type of person.
Yep.
Because trust me, it was.
So now we need the jam out of the refrigerator.
Oh.
The jam.
Yes,
Jam.
yes.
Jam.
Need the butter.
We've used the butter already.
Chunky.
He'll be on the next plane to London if we're not nice to him, right?
Okay, so what we're going to do here is to just put a little bit of jam on the outside. So we're going to mix this up.
Uh-huh.
So in order to get the ganache to be able to sit and stay on the surface of the cake, we're going to put a little bit of jam on here.
This is apricot jam he's putting on here.
Yep. And again, you don't have to do this, but I prefer to do it because it actually helps to seal that cake crumb and allows the ganache not to soak into the cake surface.
And it's not a bad combination with chocolate, is it? Really?
Absolutely, absolutely. And don't forget we've got a little bit of cinnamon in there as well, so it's going to give us a little bit of extra flavour in the ganache. We don't need to do it down the side, just on the top. All right?
What
Thank you.
actually is the
I'll just take the
meaning of the word ganache? Do you know? Is it a special?
A ganache is just a mixture of a cream or a dairy into chocolate. It's always into chocolate.
I see.
And we make ganache in different ways. So we can set a loose style ganache, which is what we're going to do here for a pouring. Or you can do a firm style, which you could then pour into a frame and then come back and cut up and use as a form of truffle filling.
Oh,
So a lot of the
okay.
students will make that, cut it up, and then come back and glaze it to the outside.
Oh.
Yep. Or you can whip it. So as soon as you whip it, yes, it's creme fraiche.
Do you want it?
Yes, please. So as soon as you whip it, you turn it into another ingredient, which is called creme parisienne.
Oh, okay. Well, that's French. That doesn't kind of go along. You're not thrilled
yeah.
about that. You all right with that?
I'm fine. I'm fine
Okay,
with that.
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
He's not good with the French things. We already discussed that, didn't we?
Just a little.
Just a little, my gosh. That was Bastille Day upstairs again.
Oh my goodness. So,
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Just letting it melt in the...
well, it would have been better if it hadn't have been quite so chunky.
I understand that. I understand that. Yeah. It would have melted a lot sooner and been smoother. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
I understand, Chef.
So we need to have another bowl now.
I could have used this.
Unfortunately, we need another bowl to be able to put your chocolate into, because I can't cover my cake with this.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I got a bowl here.
Oh, cool.
No, I don't.
That's okay. We can manage. We can
I got
manage. So what we're
fondue
gonna do
sets up
here is
there.
I want you to lift this cake up. Or can you manage that?
Sure.
Okay. And put it on there for me. All right. And what we're going to do here is to strain the lumpy ganache.
You probably wouldn't have had to strain it, would you? No. No.
Well, that's okay, Tony. That's all right.
I got pictures.
Oh, look at that. It's going through beautifully, isn't it? Boy, I wouldn't have thought it would you? No, I didn't think it would.
Lucky I came prepared, really.
It really
wasn't
is. Yes, you sort of thought that might happen, didn't you?
I had it in the back of my mind.
You did. You said, I think I better take this because it could be lumpy chocolate.
I just
And you
needed
were
I can
right.
cut some of
Yeah,
those lumps
yeah,
right
yeah,
off,
yeah,
Carol.
yeah.
You've done that before with him, as I recall.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of history where chocolate comes, haven't we?
Yes, a little history.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a little. Hello.
How's everything going in the oven there?
I'm not touching the oven.
You're not touching the oven.
Nope. Because he's got it up here.
Take it. Get it out of your way. There we go.
Okay.
How you doing, Carol?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine.
So,
thank you.
Carol, you took my bowl away. It was nice of you, but I am going to need it, sweet pea.
I'm so neat. You know,
I get
Picking
that.
that up.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Here, Carol.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely getting
Here,
it.
Carol.
I'm definitely getting it.
I don't want to crowd him again.
Now it's going to be on my thumb, and then what am I going to do with this
You're
chocolate?
going to do the same as you
Look
did
at this.
before. You're going to lick your finger. Yeah, because I saw you do that before.
Here, Carol.
This is just like being in class. You have to constantly watch
Yeah,
that
but the
people
truth,
don't.
the
lick their
truth be
fingers.
told, when I came back from behind the curtain there, when I took the other stuff, he said, "You've got chocolate on your face." I said, "Where do you think that came from?"
Thank you. You can
Oh,
have
can
that.
I take the bowl?
Yeah, you can lick that out if you want.
No, it's too chunky.
Okay, so now comes the fun bit.
This is the fun bit, huh?
Just a little bit, all right? Because we're going to pour this chocolate over the top of this.
Mhm.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh,
I'll put just a bit extra,
oh, good for you.
and you leave it alone. All right. So now what we're going to do is to just spread that chocolate
Oh, look at that.
over the surface, and we want it to drop down the side.
It looks so pretty down the sides too, doesn't it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
So that cake should be risen a little by now.
You want it out? Huh?
Is it like this? Above?
Yeah.
Yeah? Bring
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Oh, look at that.
So we
How
just
smooth
want.
that is. Even if it was chunky chocolate, it smoothed right down,
Yeah,
didn't
but we
it?
strained it. We
Yes.
strained it. We strained
Oh,
it.
that's right.
So the side is bound to be a little ugly.
Oh, no, that's not ugly.
Because,
Never.
well, it's a flourless chocolate cake, so it doesn't cook to a nice or bake to a nice smooth
Oh, look,
edge.
there it is.
All right.
Don't look because he's carrying that water bath there.
Oh God, that's lovely. Perfect.
Good job, Tony.
Hello.
So now what we're going to do is just.
Do you
touch
want
the
these
knife
out
in here.
too, Chef?
No, they're not quite done.
Mm.
I'm going to just put that pattern in the surface there like that. There we
Can
go.
everybody see in the monitor if you haven't discovered it yet?
So then you're going to slide that for me in the refrigerator. Don't need the oven gloves for the fridge.
Yes, I don't.
Oh, look
Thank
at
you.
that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Woo!
So now, once this comes out of the oven, you can see that it's starting to go down already, all right? So one of the things that you've got to watch for is that the cake itself stays inside the edge of the pan. So all we do is we just touch the edges and make sure that as it goes down, it stays on that inside that lip. If it doesn't, if it has a little lip that sticks over, the top crust will break off. And then you have a crack right through the top of the cake. So all you're going to do is you just watch it, and it takes about 5 or 6 minutes to stick. You can see this one's really dropped down. As it drops down, you just make sure it sits in the edge there, comfy, cozy.
Look at that.
Isn't that
Cozy,
easy?
cozy.
So now where are we going to go?
All right.
Torch, Tony. You know what we're going to do, don't you?
No.
We're going to torch creme brulees,
Ooh.
which I'm just a little scared about.
I'll do that for you.
I can?
You go torch.
I'll let you do it.
You watch the torch man.
I don't want to break it again.
Can you get the creme brulees?
Yes.
Okay.
Out of the oven or the refrigerator?
The refrigerator. I don't know. I think we broke my torch.
We made
Tony,
Anybody got a Bic?
We made it work last time, didn't
I
we?
know.
Yeah.
I think he's been playing with it.
I
again.
did not touch it. I did not touch it. I swear I didn't touch it.
Woo! Quick, before you
Here,
lose
let me bring it over here.
it. Good.
So have you ever bruleed before?
Yeah.
Do you fancy a go? Just before you do that, can you just open the oven so I can have a look?
These are done.
Oh, they are done. Pull them. Yep. They are done. So what we're going to do here is to put some sugar on these and torch them.
Oh, boy.
All right, so we take the sugar from here.
Do you want to bring that over, the sugar bowl, or you all set? You got
I
that?
think, yep. So what we're going to do here is to just sprinkle a little sugar. And this isn't for the faint-hearted because you've got to put sugar on in order to be able to brulee these. Yeah. And if you put too much sugar on, you can always just tap it off to another one. It doesn't matter. All right, just make sure that you haven't got an edge of sugar. Yeah, they're a little bit overbaked, but we'll be
I
fine.
suggested a little bit earlier. Somebody ahead up here.
Remember, I've got the torch now.
And it's working.
Oh, gosh. You got 3 minutes.
Oh, it won't take me 3 minutes to torch this, but what we're going to do is to just torch the top, and as the sugar starts to melt, okay, just be wary that you don't want to get this on a high flame, because if you high flame it, it's going to push that sugar over the edge of the container and then onto your hands. You see, I've got no gloves on, so you've got to be careful. That stuff is going to pull the skin right off your hands.
Look at that.
Okay.
It just settled right in, really nice.
Hey, how's that?
Trust me.
Okay. I got
lovely.
enough sugar on there, did I?
Yeah. So what we're going to do is just pour that
Oh,
out.
look at that.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
How long before I have to taste this to make sure it's good?
You can taste it in about 1 minute. So you
This
can imagine.
does have its advantages. You know, it's
you wanna
hard to
have a go?
tell, but it does.
Sure.
Good. So while you can imagine when you have these and you order them in a restaurant, you've got to remember that when your order goes in, someone at the back there is going to be torching these off. So remember, when you get it, it's going to have a cold custard at the bottom and then that lovely sugar coating on the top. But you're supposed to just tap it and then let that. What's he
Fine,
doing?
I'm done. You're gonna have more fun.
Oh my words.
Okay, next, we're gonna be right back after this break. Right, Zach? Yeah, we're going to break. We'll have this all set up, and we're going to be doing our wine section. So, bye.
For the recipes used on New England Cooks and to view this episode again or past New England Cooks programs, visit newenglandcooks.com. Now, back to New England Cooks with Carol and Tony.
Yeah, I got so much energy.
Ready to
I'm
roll,
ready to
huh?
go. Donald McDonald from Farrell Distributors.
Thank you,
Our
everyone.
wino.
Our resident
And his
resident
shirt,
wino.
and his shirt's out, tucked out. We had this big thing upstairs about my shirt being tucked out, and he's like, Tony, big guy,
Yeah, yeah,
tuck it in.
yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
I absolutely
Good.
don't suffer from that problem.
No, you don't.
That's right. Look, you brought us some nice-looking bottles.
I
there.
did,
That's
yeah.
great.
I brought a couple different wines here today. Both, I picked 2 and 2 to pair with both the chocolate and then also the creme brulee. First of all, I think we're going to start with the champagne that would pair with the creme brulee.
Oh, wait a minute, wait.
Oh, dear.
no.
Oh, no.
No sabering allowed in the studio.
Why we done that before? Didn't we, guys?
Yeah.
If you want to
Oh,
enjoy
well.
You
your
healed quite well from that.
the damage can be done. Quick trick for you, Tony.
Have you
5.5
tried that?
turns,
5.5 turns.
opens the gauge.
Wait.
Always point away from someone. Angle, hold this steady, and you're going to turn only from the base to open up. And to traditionally open this up, you only want it to make a little whisper. And keeping it at this angle,
Look
the
at
gas escapes
that.
without it frothing out everywhere. So nice little quick trick. The way he wanted to do it, it was going to blow everywhere and half
No,
this
the
bottle
way
would
he
be gone.
tried to do it. The way he tried to do it.
And
Be
then we'll
careful.
pour
He
right
works
on
with-
in here. So this is Taittinger. This is a traditional champagne from France. It is predominantly Chardonnay and Pinot Noir based grapes. And it is aged for 3 years in bottles, which gives it these fine, beautiful mousse and sparkle to it. There we go. Pass
Thank
this
you.
along. You got it.
Thank you.
That's for you.
Thank you.
Why are you looking at me like that?
There you are. I know it's hard to get the nose in, so we'll just. So
All right.
You know, when we do communion, you also give me a
Cheers to
big
this.
one.
Cheers.
Cheers and
Cheers.
cheers.
Thank you.
only thing you can do with toasting champagne. So the idea behind this is crisp, high acid. It has a little apple notes, but it also has a little bit of vanilla hints and a little brioche almondy components to it as well. So it's crisp, it's clean, and it'll kind of undercut the fat component and everything that would be in a creme brulee. And the sugar notes.
I think that's going to go very
It's a
nicely
beautiful
with creme
cake.
brulee, don't
It's
you?
gorgeous, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Use it almost for a
All
dessert.
right, forget that.
Dessert. Drink it. Good.
Yeah, good.
I have to save myself.
So as I pour this one, as you're dumping those away.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That is good. You're not quitting.
So this
are
is
you?
kind of a different side of this thing. This is going to go with the creme brulee as well, but in an opposite manner. This is a sauterne, which is a traditional wine. The first dessert wine really came from Hungary, which is the Tokaj Azu grape, Tokaj wines. And then the French fell in love with it, and they realized that in Bordeaux they could make the same style. It's a wine that actually they leave on the vines for an extended period of time. And it can get what's
that
called a
has
noble
nice
rot, or
taste, doesn't it?
this mold that forms on the outside of the grapes and raisinates them, slowly shrinks them, increases the sugar content, and creates all these kind of incredible like nutty, sweet components to it. And again, instead of like the champagne that cuts through the fat, this is kind of overlaying some more sugar and notes to the creme brulee, and again pairs very nicely.
Really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This is very nice.
this is well, it also goes like foie gras and other dishes. So if you were doing a dish with this as a dessert and this, you could kind of pair it for a couple different
it's
courses
nice.
as well. As
Very
with
nice.
champagne goes through the whole meal.
I ain't dumping this one.
That's good. You like that too,
You
huh?
won't sample
Pretty
that one.
special wine, and it's they age it for a number of years, so it's definitely got a lot of pedigree to it.
And you can find all these wines where?
All throughout Vermont right now. And if you don't find them in Vermont, if you look for just the word Sauterne, it's a dessert wine style. They have some really nice ones, Vidal ice wines and dessert wines, even from the Grand Isle area and all the rest. So you can even find a local producer that's doing kind of a dessert style wine. Or even an ice wine, which is a grape that's frozen. Instead of gets the mold, they freeze it and concentrate it. It makes the same kind of dessert style.
Well, here in Vermont, don't they wait until that frost and they send the people out?
You can traditionally, if you get a full 24-hour freeze, you can get those. But a lot of times nowadays, they'll harvest it when the bricks and the sugar level is where they want it to be, and then they'll put it into a freezer and freeze it themselves. So they can control the temperature and control everything about it.
So they cheat.
It's not necessarily cheating.
Sorry.
It's just not as cold as Germany, so we can't really get away with it. But
I don't know. The other morning was pretty darn
yes,
cold.
it was. So the next one with the chocolate cake. Chocolate cake can be a little tougher to pair with. So what I did was did a Moscata, which is light, floral, and like kind of just elegant with a little bit of sugar to it. And the other one that I think is more of I think will be a better pairing, all in all, is this sparkling Shiraz, which is kind of very unique and really good for Thanksgiving. This is the idea of Thanksgiving chocolate torte. This actually would go great with the turkey itself and throughout the whole course. You could really pair this with multiple things.
So you need more than one bottle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what house do you live in? You need
I remember one time I went down there, was walking out with one bottle, and they go, "Is that all you're having? One bottle?" And I'm like, "Oh, sweet."
There you go. So
Here
we're
we
going to
go.
start with this one here. I'll come right to you. So again, this is Cupcake, which I
think
thought was
that's
a kind
yours.
of fun play on having dessert time. But
Thank you.
Cupcake's actually a pretty brilliant brand that you can find around in most stores, so it's pretty easy to get to. And it's Moscato d'Asti, so
good
this is
too.
actually coming from the Piedmont region in Italy.
good
It's the traditional holiday
better?
and also kind of wedding wine, all the rest. Low alcohol.
Yeah,
It's
do
great
you?
for
Not quite as
lunchtime as
sweet.
well if you're ever in the mood.
They're having a conversation over there.
We're comparing.
But
We're
the-
saying
the-
how
the-
much
but,
we like
but
these.
the thing
That's
is,
perfect.
but Carol doesn't realize, but she forgets that her voice is being recorded. So while he's going through this whole thing, she's like, "Ah, I really like this one better. I really do." You know. Meanwhile, she's like, and the grapes are forming. I don't know about the other one.
I kind of tune it all out.
Well,
I know, but it's still being recorded. So zip it.
you go down on Main Street tomorrow and see if you can find somebody that, I'll find you somebody.
Do you enjoy this? Nice rose petals and
I like
floral.
this.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
That's what I'm telling you.
I appreciate it. Lovely. So,
See, you
I
said
haven't
it was
gotten
okay,
to mine
though.
yet.
you haven't got it?
Not yet. Getting to it.
Lean back.
I'm leaning back.
What do you think?
Huh?
It's
a big
delicious.
It is.
It really is delicious.
I like
And
that.
I waited until after you discussed it and described it.
We know who the true professional is.
Who's that?
No one here.
I know.
Now, who is that right there? Tell us again who
So
that
this is the winemaker's uncle, Uncle Dick. The Red Brute, which is a pretty funny little cover, little shot. Looks like he's had a couple bottles.
It
possibly.
does, doesn't it? Yes, it does.
Maybe a little too much time in the cellar. So Bleasdale. So it's
Wow.
traditional. So this is pretty popular in Australia and is finding its way into America slowly here. But the idea of having a red wine that's a sparkler, they Shiraz, but they don't leave it on the skin as long as you would find like a regular Shiraz. So you don't get as much of the tannin components to it. You get more just fresh fruit components. Paired with the chocolate cake, this will burst out with like raspberries and blueberries, so you get this big fruit explosion. So it really just complement and just blow up in the glass.
We can't.
Blow up in the glass.
Yeah. Where's yours?
No, I didn't.
He didn't dump. Oh, geez, he put it in the dead
I get.
That's not the real sink.
I did it right on your towel. Don't worry, I knew it. There you are. And
You
the
know, you gotta
bucket
come
was
in
empty
here.
earlier.
You guys have to come in here after we do a show on Friday morning. It smells like a bar.
Oh, Oh dear.
We usually
Oh,
find
very
a guest
good.
or two passed out in the
Yes,
back.
they were all good tonight, I thought.
Yeah.
Drier.
They were very good.
It is drier, yeah, but
Yeah.
the berries would burst out. With
Absolutely.
this. Similar to like Cabernet sometimes, not necessarily with a cake, but a Cabernet with just a nice dark chocolate would be
Yes.
a lovely pairing. So
Excellent.
kind of play off all those. So those are
Thank
my
you.
4 wines with these
Excellent
lovely
job.
dishes.
Excellent
Now,
job.
is Sparrow Distributors, after the show, are they setting up displays around Barry?
We are. We're going to have a display set up the end of this week at Beverage Baron, and then, but also these are available at a Shaw's or a Hannaford's as well. Taittinger you could find at a Hannaford's as well. Dessert wine you'd have to, that will be over there, and we'd probably find a more boutique wine shop, Richmond Beverage maybe, or up in the Burlington area you'd find some of these. It's more, a lot more restaurant application for these. I love dessert wines. I think more people need to be exposed to them, and it's just a wonderful wine. So,
Right.
Exposed.
Exposed. Most people
Usually after you have a couple of bottles, you expose. I need a basket.
We've got some gift certificates and some prizes here.
Some great prizes.
Great prizes.
Yeah. All right, great.
I'll do yours.
We'll be giving this away. No,
before
we
the
won't.
cake. How's that? Okay? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, what's the first one?
I have a $25 gift certificate from Campo Divino.
Okay, Donald,
make friends, make friends.
pass it to Carol.
Oh, Carol does it. Okay. Sherry Frost.
Oh,
Campo Divino will be over Saturday night. Okay. It's right here. Thank you. This is a a $20 gift certificate from Next Chapter Bookstore, downtown Barry.
Oh,
He does that to me all the time.
funny.
Funny.
Real
Really
funny.
Real funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 of them?
Jeff Norway. And you
Oh,
deserve it.
come.
I'll leave
Afterwards.
it right here, Jeff. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's coming right onto the
He
set.
is-
Hey,
there
now
you
turn
go.
around. I want everyone to see that Superman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Camouflage.
That's right. Looks like his dad.
All right.
Now we have some fantastic cooking implements from Adrian, Chef
All right.
Adrian.
Wait, no, hold on.
wait, I need-
Explain that.
Tell us
So this is very popular in Europe. It's called yokel. So where I was doing that with my hand, this does it for you. So you put this over the top after you've squeezed it, and you let go, and it sucks the yolk onto the end, and then you can just spit it out from the other end by puffing it.
I like the way he
So-
describes it.
Why
it
didn't I
sucks
have
and
one of
spits
this?
all at once.
Okay,
Sucks.
why didn't I have this?
the
Oh,
wrong thing to
pastry
bring.
cutter set.
So this is a double-sided, so you've got plain on one side and crinkly on the other.
Ooh, pastry cutters.
Yep.
And you know what this is?
Professional whip. Yep.
This is a professional whip. You
Yep.
noticed how I was using that?
Whip or whisk?
Whisk,
Whisk.
which you whip
But
with.
you whip
you
with a
you
whip.
whisk with your
Yeah.
whip.
No, you whip
No.
with your whisk.
You
No.
whip with
That wine went right to your head.
Frightening. Get it, Donald, quick.
There we
Just
go. Let's,
quick.
let's save
Shut
the
him
show.
up.
Ready?
Shut him up.
There you go.
Okay, Sharon Tromberg. There
All
you
right,
go.
Sharon afterwards.
We'll put him right over here.
And
Sharon. And who wants the cake?
now we'll
Who
show
gets
the cake. The camera.
I'm sorry about that finger mark in the top, but I couldn't resist.
Stamp of approval.
Some lucky winner's going to get the cake
Take that
tonight.
home tonight. All right.
Oh, at least you put it down low enough this time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I don't do the gag twice
Of
in the same
course.
show.
Kelly Fritz. You talked about it.
Oh my God!
There you go.
I almost feel like the
That.
price is
You want
right.
your
Oh my God!
You want it in your lap? No? Okay.
Well, that's our
Okay,
show.
Thank you so
Our re-
much.
Our rest of our other schedule will be up on our website. All right, yeah, all right.
November.
November
Yeah,
6th.
yeah, November 5th. We have our November shows. We'll have our January shows, February, and maybe March.
Great,
So go
great.
to the website. The recipes are on the website.
Yes.
Carol, you did a wonderful job.
I'm telling you.
Adrian, you did a wonderful
Thank
job.
you so much for
Jeff.
coming. It was wonderful.